Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me for another Facebook Live. I am Dr. Alexis Conason and I am here on this sunny and warm New York day to talk to you a little bit about how to get body positive ready for spring. So before we start, I want to give you a little bit of information about me and who I am. And I would also love to know who you are. So if you're watching live, please say hello, drop some information about where you're watching from, and like, are you getting the spring weather already? Is it getting warm out where you are? Because it's just such a special time of year, I think. It comes with some unique challenges that we're going to be talking about today, but I really love kind of just the energy that comes out as we start to enter the spring season. So as I said, I'm Dr. Alexis Conason. I'm a clinical psychologist. I'm in private practice here in New York City. I have a group practice with some other really wonderful body positive, health at every size therapists who can help you along your anti-diet journey. So if you are looking for individual therapy, our associate therapists do have currently availability to accept new clients. So please feel free to reach out to us about that if you're in the New York area. And I'm also the founder of the Anti-Diet Plan. So the Anti-Diet Plan is a 6-week mindfulness-based program to help you detox your brain from diet culture and really start to listen to your body and to understand what our bodies truly need, how we can honor our bodies, how we can come to a sense of peace and wellness in our own bodies, because I think that's something that so many of us struggle with. So if you're interested in learning more about the Anti-Diet Plan, you can go to theantidietplan.com and you can find all the information about the 6-week course, including how to sign up, and some other free resources that I offer if you just kind of want to get a feel for me and my work before you consider jumping into a paid program with me. I offer a 5-day, the Anti-Diet Plan, kind of like mini intro course, 5-day challenge, whatever we want to call it. And that is, you receive one lesson each day to try to help you start to develop a mindful eating practice with some very practical tips and tools. And you can sign up for that on my website, drconason.com. And I also am going to be offering a masterclass training. So I offered this a few months ago. Some of you might have attended. I hope you did. And if you missed it, I'm going to be offering this training again. It's going to be recorded, so it's not a live training anymore, but you will have the opportunity to watch it on demand and watch the recording. And I think it's a really powerful training about why diets don't work and what we can do instead, and why it's not our fault, why diet culture is to blame, and kind of how we can start getting ourselves out of that mess that diet culture got us into, and again, start kind of coming into ourselves and our own bodies. So if you're interested in that training, it's not available just yet, but it will be shortly. So be sure to sign up for my newsletter. You can sign up for that on drconason.com. You'll also receive an email about every other week with just some tips on mindful eating and diet culture and blog posts and kind of taking some of the things that we even talk about here on the Facebook Live and taking it a little bit deeper. Or if you're just interested in reading stuff in written form, definitely my newsletter is the place to do that. And I will be sharing with everyone in my newsletter when that masterclass training is available. Again, that's a free training, no strings attached, just something that I wanted to share about why diets don't work and some of the things that I learned from my nearly a decade working in obesity research and working as part of the kind of weight loss machine. And I learned a lot about what doesn't work. And I think it's often stuff that's not communicated to the general public. So I wanted to share some of that. And if you do the masterclass, you also get a special discount code if you want to go on and do my 6-week course. So that is it for housekeeping and kind of announcements. I want to jump into our topic today, which is how to jump into spring with a body positive attitude. So like I said, the weather is getting warmer in New York. I was just walking to my office. It's a beautiful day out. I was hot in my winter coat. And it's just a really special time. But I think what ends up happening is that as the seasons transition, we can, for many of us, especially those of us who struggle with body image issues or, still kind of that pull into dieting, it can be a very triggering time for us, because what do? We have to get into, first of all, switching up our wardrobe. So bringing out those spring clothes that many of us haven't worn in like a year. And I don't know what people do outside of New York, but in New York, we all have these like really tiny closets. So at least I do. So like I put all the, spring and summer clothes under the bed in the winter. And then like this time of year, I tend to start getting everything out and out of storage and back into the closet and trying things on. And for many of us, we try things on and we realize that the things that fit us last year don't fit us anymore. And if we're really struggling, still kind of in that place of struggling with body image, and our bodies have changed and transitioned, and it's hard to accept our body, and this can be a really challenging thing when we pull on, those really cute pants from last spring and realize that they don't fit us anymore. So if anyone can relate to that, let me know. I think it's something that I hear about a lot in my practice. It's something that I know has happened to me personally. And the biggest thing that I can recommend is to just kind of clean out your closet of anything that does not fit your current body. Because when we get up and we are confronted with options and clothes that we want to wear that do not fit us, it doesn't serve as motivation, right? Like I hear that sometimes. People are like, well, I keep those, those pants that are like 2 sizes smaller than I currently wear as motivation, because it'll motivate me to like get my body back in shape. It doesn't work, okay? What it does is communicate to us every time we look at those pants that our body's not good enough, that we want our body to be different. And that harshness and that kind of self-criticism that it breeds is anything but motivating. It is shaming. It makes us feel terrible about ourselves. It's self-punitive. It's harsh. It's critical. It makes us feel stuck and make us feel that the body that we're living in right now is not good enough. And what we really want to do is come to a place of body acceptance where we can accept with a sense of compassion our body as it is in its current state, and know that our body is deserving of clothes that fit. Our body is deserving of clothes that we feel good in, of clothes that we feel are stylish and flattering and that we enjoy and that are comfortable. When you are walking around in, pants or a skirt that are like a size too small, how can you focus on anything else, right? We want our clothes to work for us so that we can go out and live our lives and do all of the things that we have to do in our lives that are so much more important than worrying that our pants are too tight. So I really encourage you to, just get rid of any kind of clothes that are too small or too big, that don't fit, that don't make you feel good. If you want to donate them, that's wonderful. You can try to consign them. There's consignment shops, there's secondhand shops. You can, so many things that you can do. And especially if you're in plus sizes, I really actually do encourage you to either donate or consign, because a lot of secondhand shops don't have enough stock in plus sizes. So those clothes that, you really love, that are really cute, but that just don't fit you anymore, someone else would really benefit from that. So if you have, and donations too, many charities are always looking for plus size options. That's something that not enough people tend to donate. So consider that. And then you get to go shopping, right? So I know that that can be a luxury for many people, but we don't have to go to high-end designer stores, although we certainly can if you have those resources and you want to. And, I think that, again, communicating to yourself that the body that you're in right now is worth investing in. It's worth investing in clothes that fit in your current size. So you could go high-end, you could go thrift stores, you could go, Goodwill, There's so many different options out there. But the key thing is to have your closet be a source of joy for you, a source, where you open those doors and you have options of things that you know are going to make your body feel good, that you enjoy wearing, that are fun, that express yourself, your sense of style. So that's my number one tip for how to spring into the spring season with a body positive attitude. We can't, embrace spring with a body positive attitude if we are uncomfortable in our clothes, if we feel that our body is not worth investing in or dressing in a way that we really enjoy. So I really encourage you to do that. Another tip that I'm going to give to really try to welcome spring with a body positive attitude is, if you haven't done this already, diversify your social media. So many of us follow a lot of influencers and bloggers, and I'm going to talk specifically about Instagram because I think that tends to be the most visual social media platforms, and it's also one of the most popular, what a lot of us are on day in and day out. And when we are looking at messaging from diet culture and following celebrities and bloggers and influencers and people who are promoting this message that we have to change our body to be okay, and trying to encourage us to get on board with get bikini body ready and do keto to prepare for summer, and again, it's these messages that our body isn't good enough as it is right now. And that is the messaging that is really harmful for our health, our physical health, our emotional health. It just makes us miserable. So I think it's really important to try to shift away from that. And what we can do instead, and also, what we tend to do is focus, on a very narrow perception of beauty. So we tend to see the same things over and over again. Thin, cisgender, white, young women, promoting all kinds of health advice, right? That's what so many of us follow on social media. And we start to think that that's the only acceptable way to look. So what I really encourage people to do is diversify your feed. There's so many wonderful accounts out there that are body positive, that are health at every size, that are fat acceptance, that are intuitive eating based, and follow these accounts of people promoting the body positive messages, and also people showing a diversity of beauty, right? Beauty doesn't just come in one shape and size. So you can, certainly check out my account, and you can go and just look at the people that I follow, because I tend to follow mostly body positive people. So if you're looking for some ideas, that's one place to start. My account is the Anti-Diet Plan, at the Anti-Diet Plan. And the third thing that I just want to remind everyone of is that body positivity is not just about how we feel about our own bodies and trying to come to a place of acceptance for ourselves. That's very important. And I, think that I don't want to dismiss the individual level, because we have to heal ourselves before we can tackle anything else. But ultimately, what body positivity is really about is creating a world that is safe and welcoming and inviting for people of diverse shapes and sizes. And what we see is extreme levels of weight bias and marginalization of people living in larger bodies, where there is discrimination in the workforce, there's discrimination in the medical setting. People are abused and harassed walking down the street, going to the beach, just being out there trying to live their lives. So what we really, what body positivity is really about is changing the world to create a more equitable and just environment where people of all shapes and sizes, including fat people, can exist in peace and with value and respect. So remember that body positivity is not just about accepting our own body, but it's part of a larger movement to create a world that is safe for everyone. So I just want to take a moment and thank you all for joining me today. You can learn more about me and my practice at drconison.com, and I will look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.